Hey everybody, I'm Tom Day. Welcome back to the channel. Uh, in my last video, I did a case study of an investor who, in all likelihood, lost $40,000. In this video, I'm going to showcase an investor who recently got a pretty good deal in my estimation. It looks like they got it at about $200,000 below its after repaired value. So before I get into all of that, I just want to say that I am a real estate agent here in South Florida. I'm not an attorney. Don't take anything that I say as legal advice. Bidding on foreclosure auctions in Florida is inherently risky. You should always run a lien search on any property that you intend to bid on. And you should always consult with an attorney if you have questions about any property that you're bidding on. All right, let's take a look at this property. This auction took place on December 9th. Today's the 19th. That was just about 10 days ago. Here's the property right here in Wilton Manors, Florida. The bidder won it at $431,100. Wilton Manors is about 4 or 5 miles northwest of downtown Fort Lauderdale, and this property is about 4 miles west of the beach. Great place for a primary residence. There's a substantial amount of Airbnbs in this area, so there's investment possibilities for this investor. So what do I like about this property? Well, first of all, it's a first mortgage foreclosure. The video I did on the investor that lost about $40,000, they were bidding on an HOA auction, which is a lot different. With a first mortgage foreclosure auction, most or all of the other liens that are attached to the property get wiped out. And there are a couple in this circumstance. How do I know that this is a first mortgage foreclosure? Well, we just go down here and we take a look at who the plaintiff is. They're the one that's doing the foreclosing. It's Wells Fargo Bank. I went to the Broward County official records website, and I could pull up using the prior owner's name, and I can do a little research here, and I can see that there was a mortgage for $245,600 recorded on the same day that property was purchased back in 2014. And then in 2020, it was assigned to Wells Fargo Bank. So that's how I know in this case that it's a first mortgage foreclosure. And you can also see the other liens that are here. There's this one that looks to be some kind of a home equity kind of lien. And then there's another one from last year. Here's the lien from 2024. And this is it's in the amount of $292,700. Now, the winning bidder on this is not going to be on the hook for either of those liens. One or both of them might be able to collect some money from the overage. And what do I mean by overage? Well, there is the final judgment amount, which is listed right here, of $298,000 and change, but the winning bid was $431,100. So the difference between those two is the overage, and the junior liens can apply to get compensated for that. And typically, it goes in order of age. The older lien gets paid first. So I think that this one right here may get paid. I think the other one might be out of luck. But that could potentially go to court, but that's not the problem of the winning bidder on this property. What doesn't get wiped out are municipal liens, and I did find one of those. The city of Wilton Manors has recorded a lien beginning in August of 2024. They started fining this homeowner $250 a day for several code violations having to do with trash receptacles and roofs and gutters and overgrowth and various other things. So for $250 per day, and I see no recording of this being cured, that being at least 400 days, maybe 450 by now, we're looking at $250 a day, in excess of $100,000, maybe $100 to $115,000. I'm just ballparking it. I'm not going to add it up. So is this winning bidder on the hook for all of that? These, in my experience, can be mitigated for much less than that total amount. With some of my REO foreclosures, my bank-owned properties that I've done in the past, we've been able to negotiate this down to 10 to 20 cents on the dollar. What needs to take place is, first, the winning bidder on this property needs to cure the violations, and then they can apply for relief. You got to fill out a bunch of forms. You got to perhaps go before the city magistrate or work it out with the city attorney and try and get those fines reduced. And in my experience, it's somewhere in the neighborhood of 10 to 20% of the final lien amount. So in this case, maybe $10,000-$20,000. It's gonna take them to cure that lien. So even with that, they're still getting this property for about $450. Let's take a look at what Zillow thinks it's worth. Zillow thinks it's worth about $632,000. And I don't know why they got these pictures up here, because this is from at least probably from when it was purchased in 2014, because this property looks nothing like that now. I took a close look at comps in the neighborhood, and my estimation is that after this property is renovated, it could be worth $650 to $670. So I don't know. This number is not accurate. Obviously, Zillow never is. I can show you what it looks like these days. I pulled this up from Google Maps, the street view. We can never really know when exactly Google took this photo, but I went to the Broward County Property Appraisers website, and that's bcpa.net, by the way. And they always have photos, and they are dated. You may not be able to see it in this video, but this photo right here that we're looking at was dated December 3rd, 2025, only about 2 weeks or so ago. So it doesn't look that much different than this. Obviously the landscaping is pretty poor. The roof is badly stained, but I think that can be cleaned up pretty easily. I did a little research on the property as well on this website that I have access to through the MLS, and I can see that that roof was installed by this recorded building permit here. It was installed in 2012. And more good news is that the air conditioner was installed in 2008. So two big ticket items appear to be not an issue for this this winning bidder on this property. And I can also see the code violations here recorded, and there were more going back to 2016. So there we have it. This new owner of this property is going to incur some costs. Like, you're going to have to, in all likelihood, it's occupied, and they're going to have to do some kind of a cash for keys deal to get them out. They're going to have to cure that lien. That's probably going to cost them $10,000 to $20,000, like I said. But I can see that this property, after repaired value, I mean, its after repaired value is somewhere around $650, maybe as much as $670. That's a good neighborhood. They should have no trouble selling it once it's repaired. Well, that's it for today's video. I hope you found it interesting and informative. And if so, I hope you hit that like button for me. And of course, subscribe to my channel. I will have more videos on Florida foreclosure strategies coming up. I'm Tom Day. Thanks for watching.